It was 7:13 a.m. when the police knocked on my door for the third time that month. I'm no criminal, not even a speeder in my quiet neighborhood. But there they were, two officers, blank faces, a clipboard, and the same gut-punching line, "Sir, we received a complaint from the HOA about disturbances from your address. One problem, I don't belong to an HOA. Let me backtrack. 3 months ago, I moved into a fixer-upper I snagged for a steal. The neighborhood's quiet, mostly retirees. A few families. My house sits just outside the boundaries of Windmere Oaks, a neighborhood with a strict HOA. I double-checked the property records, the deed, everything. My address is independent, free from their rules about grass height or mailbox colors. So why were the cops at my door the first time they showed up? It was about unauthorized construction. I was just repainting my fence. The second time, a noise complaint while I was out of town. By the third visit, I knew this wasn't a mistake. I asked, "Who's making these complaints?" The officers exchanged a look. "We can't disclose that." "Sir, yeah, right. But I had a suspect, Barbara, the visor-wearing, clipboard-toting woman to houses down. I'd catch her glaring at my place, and when I tried talking to her once, she slammed the door in my face. Then came the letters, typed, handwritten, always unsigned. Your lawn's not in compliance. Remove the satellite dish. Trash bins must be concealed." Everyone ended with, "You've been warned." I laughed it off at first until my mailbox got vandalized. That's when I decided to fight back. I wasn't just being harassed, I was being cornered. So, I got receipts. I drove to the county recorder's office and pulled my property's parcel map and boundary records. The clerk confirmed, "You're 600 feet outside the HOA's jurisdiction." I had her print everything: survey maps, zoning history, the works. I wanted to be bulletproof if this got legal. I also dug into Windmere Oaks HOA documents. Public records showed their authority ends a block away, my house, in an unincorporated zone, no HOA, no rules. But someone didn't get the memo. Next, I left copies of those records in my mailbox, just in case, and slapped a sign on my fence: "This property is not part of Windmere Oaks HOA. All harassment will be reported." I thought that'd stop Barbara. I was wrong. That week, 2 more complaints hit. One for illegal parking, because my cousin's van was in my driveway. Another for excessive plant growth in my backyard. My backyard, someone was snooping. I checked my security footage. At 5:42 a.m., a shadow crept along my side yard, just outside the camera's motion zone. They lingered, ducked, and vanished. The footage was grainy, but the height, posture, and that visor, unmistakable. It was Barbara. This wasn't about an HOA. It was personal. Maybe she thought I was tanking neighborhood standards. Maybe she hated my loud friends, or that I wasn't one of them. Whatever her deal, she'd made herself judge, jury, and enforcer. But I wasn't playing her game. I was flipping the script. I filed a trespassing report, handed the cops the footage, and told them if they were gonna keep showing up, they could at least chase the real criminal. Their faces shifted when they saw the clip. One muttered, "You're not the only one she's done this to." "Hold up, what?" The officer hesitated, then said, "Let's just say you're not her first target, but you might be the first to push back with proof." That lit a fire under me. If Barbara was targeting others, why was everyone so quiet? I started knocking on doors. Most neighbors gave tight smiles and no comments. Then I met Jerry, an older guy in a worn ball cap, sipping coffee at the end of the block. "Barbara," he said. "Oh yeah, she called the city on me for my solar panels. Said they were an eyesore." "Was he in the HOA?" "Nope. Just like you." Jerry had lived here 20 years. He knew the HOA's boundaries cold, just like my records showed. But Barbara didn't care. "She thinks she is the HOA," he said. "If your house touches the street, she thinks she owns your soul." And she wasn't alone. A quiet clique of older residents acted like they had power over non-HOA folks. Jerry got anonymous letters too. So did a guy 2 doors down. A single mom had her trash cans vanish 3 times. "They count on us being quiet," Jerry said. "But you shook the hornet's nest." I wasn't done. I created a private Facebook group, Windmere Watchdogs, Non-HOA Homeowners United. I shared my story, videos, documents, complaint records. Within 48 hours, 19 people joined, each with their own Barbara tale. She'd call the cops over fake noise, report non-existent code violations, even flagged a dog as aggressive for barking once. We compared letters, same formatting, same passive-aggressive tone, same "you've been warned." This wasn't harassment, it was a campaign. By the time the group hit 30 members, we were rolling. Elena, a paralegal in the group, drafted a cease and desist letter for Barbara. Sharp and legally airtight. But we had a bigger idea: go public. We booked the local library's multi-purpose room and posted flyers everywhere, non-HOA blocks and Windmere Oaks. The invite was simple: are you being harassed by the HOA? Even if you're not in it, come share your story. The turnout was unreal, nearly 40 people, including some HOA members, curious or suspicious. As folks shared their stories, the room buzzed with tension, nods, gasps, hands shooting up. Barbara's name kept coming up. Then, halfway through, she walked in, clipboard, visor, lips pursed like she'd tasted vinegar. She stood at the back, arms crossed, clearly shocked her targets had organized. When someone called her out mid-story, she laughed and said, "You people just don't understand what it takes to maintain neighborhood standards." That was her mistake. Elena was already uploading the recorded clip. Within 24 hours, it went viral locally. At least, neighborhood forums exploded. A local journalist reached out about a story on HOA overreach. Barbara resigned from the HOA board 2 days later, but we didn't stop. We filed a county harassment complaint, delivered the cease and desist, and requested a protective order for repeated trespassing. Several neighbors followed suit. The biggest win: Windmere Oaks HOA issued a statement. Their authority ends at the original boundary, and they have no say over properties like mine or Jerry's, period. I still live in my house, still have my loud friends, my satellite dish, my freedom. Barbara, she sold her place 3 months later. If you've dealt with crazy HOA drama like this, hit that like button. It helps this story reach more people. New here, subscribe for more real-life stories the internet needs to hear. And drop a comment. Has an HOA ever tried to control something they shouldn't? I'd love to read your stories and maybe feature them next time. Thanks for watching. Stay bold, stay free, and I'll see you in the next one.